everyone, welcome back to the B Studio. And today with a brand new video for you guys. I'm gonna be doing my part two of my ranking Barchie moments little videos, and I really enjoyed doing the first one, so I'm excited to get into the second one because I think these are way more positive moments in my opinion. You might disagree with me if you're not a Barchie shipper, but these are the positive moments that I think I personally enjoyed. A lot of these are from the later seasons, just so you know. So I have 8, and then I have 2 honorable mentions. So yeah, this is very exciting. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into it. So I'm gonna talk about my 2 honorable mentions. First one is when they hold hands in the bunker in 418. So, and this was a sweet scene, a little bit weird, just because it almost felt like they were like on drugs, like, like it didn't feel necessarily real, but it actually was real. And I just thought the scene was really passionate, and like the candles in there, it just showed that they have chemistry and they're struggling to figure things out because they're kind of in like this affair stage right now. Like, should they continue or stop? And I just thought it was like really sweet how, although they love Veronica and Jughead, there's something between them that they can't resist, and I just thought it was really sweet how they held hands. They didn't need to like make out or anything. I just thought it was perfect just to have them hold hands because, you know, a friendship. I mean, and it kind of paralleled all the way back to when they were kids and they held hands while listening to music. I just think it shows such a, good figure for their friendship. And the other honorable mention I have is the nightmare scene from 508. Pretty much, Betty has a nightmare about TBK, and Archie comes over, and she kind of just wants to forget about it, so they hook up. And I thought this had good stuff too, and I'm glad that Archie was there for Betty. But I kind of just wish that would be the scene that they would open up about their trauma, honestly. And I get that's probably going to come later on because I feel like everyone has to at some point because they really ignored that during these. We see like people going through their personal trauma, but they really ignore like interacting with others about their trauma. So I think we're gonna get that eventually. I'm not sure when, but I think Benny and Archie just need to have a conversation about their trauma. But I just kind of wish that instead of like hooking up right afterwards, because apparently Archie didn't like that, which is kind of surprising. I just kind of wish that they talk through their stuff. Okay, coming in 8th place, we have I Can't Stop Thinking About You, Betty. I Can't Stop Thinking About You Either from 418. And this was just, I get that it's not right because they're cheating. They shouldn't be doing this. They shouldn't be having these secret conversations. But I just thought it was just really good lines because it showed that they can't just forget about the kiss. They can't just forget about their moments. They have to confront it because if they can just forget about it, it means that it didn't mean something. But the fact that it did, like the fact that they said this line is that it really shows that they do have feelings for one another. It's not just pure manifesting, which was one of my issues with that, because you get to just see that there's deep value in this connection that it's being explored. I just really like saying it, and I'm glad that Archie was the one who initiated too, because a lot of the times Betty's the one who initiates these moments. But okay, moving on in 7th place, we have Betty saving Archie in 305. Pretty much Archie is put in juvie, and Betty comes out, and she's the one who's like at like the sewage, not sewage tank, but you know what I'm talking about, the well, coming from the prison, and she's the one there, and she pretty much just hugs him. And although it's kind of like a, it's mainly friendship, and I think that's what I really like about it, is that it just shows that they'll always be there for each other. And the fact that Betty was so happy to see Archie, I gotta say, way more than Veronica ever has for Archie. It just really shows that she was overjoyed to see her best friend, and I just really liked the scene. It was really well done. Definitely one of the highlights of season 3, which we didn't even get that much content for. Okay, coming in 6th place, we have the fake dating, which lasted in 415 and 416. Now I gotta say, we kind of got 3 scenes here. The first one was their kiss and the whole like, "I've always been here for you, Betty." Yeah, you have, haven't you? And then they kiss in the music room, and then the whole text thing saying happy to. Well, he erased it, but like he was gonna say happy to kiss her anytime, the flirty text. And then when they held hands in the hallway in 416, and just like the whole fake dating thing. And I think I just liked it because you could tell that they enjoyed it. And normally in those cases, you don't enjoy fake dating with someone if you don't have feelings for them, honestly. Like, you look like you're happy, but it actually just looked like they were happy here, and it just looked like there's these feelings here and they're gonna have to explore them at some point, and fake dating just really caused it to resurface again. But I gotta say, I just really like the kiss because in 415, because it just showed, sure, Archie has kind of been in and out of Betty's life, but Betty hasn't been involved in Archie's life as much as Archie has for Betty. So I just think it shows that they maybe haven't always been there for each other, but they always will be in a way. And I think the reason why is because of Buck and Barchie shippers, and they couldn't write proper scenes for Barchie. But anyways, moving on. In fifth place, we have the porch kiss from 506, and kind of followed by their hookup. So I just thought this was like a really sweet scene. Sure, you could argue that Betty was upset about Polly, so she went to Archie for comfort, but I just the kiss was like perfect, like on the porch with the music playing in the background when Archie rejected Betty in 101. If You Love Me by Blake Nestle, and I just loved how it paralleled, and it was really sweet and short, and just it's just perfect. It was like a perfect little scene. And the aftermath, them in bed being cuddling, and I think that was cute too. Um, Although I still feel like it was kind of, it's just weird to see them in bed together because of Archie and Veronica are so like, that's all that they do. So it's kind of weird how I think you get what I'm saying. Okay, coming in fourth place, we have the car scene from 506. Pretty much, this is like resembling the Titanic moment with like the hand on the window, and I just, nothing. I mean, not much. I mean, like the shower scene was a little bit too over the top in my opinion. But here, I think it was darker, so maybe that made like a difference. Like you could tell it was more passionate, maybe more romantic. Like you could tell that they definitely like wanted to do it, and it was probably like in a better setting. I mean, I thought it was like weird that it was still in the back of a car. It probably was like a better setting, and I think it had more meaning to their relationship. And it also wasn't like super short. I mean, it just was kind of like slower, and the lighting was really good. And again, I mean, we don't know, we all know how the Titanic movie ended, and like um but just kind of like seeing like and unfortunately Betty and Archie's relationship didn't end that well, but just seeing that was a really good moment. Okay, coming in third place, we have the fireman scene from 508, and this was just very flirty and playful, but I think it also showed that there's something more to this friends with benefits relationship that they realized. The fact that Archie dressed up in a fireman outfit was so goofy, and I think he's kind of like a dork that way. But and then just how like all the candles were in there and how he organized everything but for Betty, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so not ready," which we know that she was. But I just thought there's like a lot of good parts to that scene. I really personally enjoyed it, and I'm glad that it didn't lead to like a hookup. I'm glad it was just like them, just sharing like a kiss on the bed. I think it just and the lighting and when they kissed, I think it was really really well done. Okay, coming in second place, we have the Origin of Love song and kiss in 417. And this is probably most Barchie's number one moment, but I'm giving it number two. The kiss was good. The kiss was nice. And the song was really good, but I felt like the kiss might have not been as like, I mean, it was sure was romantic and it was really well like shot. Like they did a really good job there. And the only thing I think I have with it is that you could tell that like they cheated. Where my number one spot, you could tell that it was a lot more like friendship and feelings, but here they cheated too. So that's just kind of what I have against it. And I'm sure a lot of Barchies would probably agree with me that like sure they still cheated. There's still repercussions to have, and they didn't deal with that the proper way in season five. Um, but I thought they're like I just thought it was a good kiss in 417, but I gotta give my number one spot to the window scene in 417. This was perfect, easily their best scene by far. You have them singing "Wicked Little Town," and you have Archie saying like "Forgive me for I did not know, because I was just a boy and you were so much more." Really just showing all the way back to the pilot. He did not know how he felt about Betty. He did not know that Betty loved him. I mean, he rejected her, but now because you could see that like he just left Betty hanging, and now he can see like right in front of his eyes that she is so much more than what he thought that she was. And I just thought how they did that like dance scene in her bedroom, kind of all the way going back to the pilot, was really well done. So I just like this one because it wasn't necessarily them cheating, even though a window scene, like them looking at each other, is very suspicious. But I just love like the music. I love the dancing. I love that it showed like, okay, we had to make a decision about this, otherwise we're gonna hurt, Veronica and Jughead. But for just a second, we were just like lost in this fantasy of like them dancing and them at the window, and yeah, all these memories, all these like childhood memories just pouring back and like everything. And I really didn't enjoy it. So yeah, those are my scenes. I can't say much bad about this couple. Easily one of my favorite couples. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. Comment down below what are your theories on the moments, or do you have other moments for your like top 8 honorable mentions, whatever. So anyways, thanks for watching my studio. Like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching and bye.